Hello, everybody. This is Ron from the Hypnosis Institute of Wisconsin. Today, kind of an odd day. We don't have any clients scheduled for Skype session. We don't have any clients scheduled at our office. And so I thought what I'd use today for is to kind of teach you all a little bit about what hypnosis is all about and how it works. See, a lot of times when I meet friends or folks out and they find out that I'm a hypnotist, they want to know how hypnosis works and what's it all about. And a lot of times when I have clients that come into my office for sessions or I'm talking to them on Skype, one of the very, very common sessions is what is hypnosis and how it works. So I'm going to use today to explain a little bit about that. Before I continue, a little bit of information for you. First of all, the website, find out more information about myself, hypnosishelpswisconsin.com. Phone number 920-585-7663. Last bit of information, a little bit of commercial, if you would. We have a PayPal site set up if you'd like to donate anything, if you enjoy this video that I have, or if you want to help contribute anything, tip if you would. In this day and age, very, very hard for everybody to make ends meet, and so it'd be greatly appreciated, but not necessary. But that is paypal.me/magical Rondini. You just enter in your PayPal information. If you contribute $1, $2, $5, $1,000,000, that'd be great. So anyways, let's get started with a little class. First of all, with hypnosis, 3 different parts of hypnosis that we're going to be talking about today. There's the conscious mind, there's a subconscious mind, and in between those two, a barrier, if you would, called the critical factory or the critical factor. I wrote down notes for you so you can follow along with this. This is going to be very, very quick video, maybe 5-10 minutes or so, but I'm going to try to give you a brief explanation about what hypnosis is. I could talk to you for hours about this, and there's been books that are this thick that are all about hypnosis and how it works, but here's a brief overview about hypnosis. First of all, with hypnosis, when we're talking about the conscious mind with hypnosis, and we have that marked C, the conscious mind deals with logical thinking. Logical thinking. In the conscious mind, that's where our willpower is. Now let's use the analysis of somebody that wants to quit smoking. Somebody in their conscious mind can sit down and say, well, I'm going to quit smoking. Boom, and that's it. And a lot of people can do that. My brother-in-law managed to quit smoking 30, 40 years ago just through the power of his will. One day he woke up, that's it, boom, I'm done. Hasn't smoked since. It's really hard for most people to do that, so then they have to go other routes. But we have willpower. Also inside the conscious mind, that's where our temporary memory is located. I know my family's name, I know my pet's name, that's where our temporary memory is located. And then we have analytical thinking and rational thinking. Those are all things that are located inside of the conscious mind. Then we have the subconscious mind. The subconscious mind is where our imagination is. Many times with our subconscious mind, we can't tell what's real and what's not real. For example, our subconscious mind is where our dreams come from. Many times you might have a dream, and in your dream, you're not aware that what you're dreaming is a dream. You might dream that you're flying in your dream. And in your dream, it accepts that. It accepts that reality that I can dream. And of course, when you wake up, well, that's silly, I can't dream. And our subconscious mind is also where our habits are located. Good and bad habits. Brushing your teeth, combing your hair, biting nails, smoking a cigarette. That's a habit that people have. That's located in our subconscious mind. And our subconscious mind is also where our emotions are located. Love, hate, anger. Also, in our subconscious mind is where our permanent memories are located. Permanent memories, things that you experienced many, many years ago, are still located in your mind. With hypnosis, we can actually tap into your subconscious mind, and we can help you remember things that you've forgotten many, many years ago. There's cases of people that have been hypnotized where you bring them back to their childhood and they can actually remember the color of dress that they wore on Easter Sunday back in the 1980s when they were a little kid. Or in my case, a couple years earlier than the 1980s when I was that age. Lastly, in the subconscious mind, that's where our security and protection, those things are located. Now, like I said, in between the conscious mind and the subconscious mind, there's the critical factory, or the critical factor. And that's what we're going to talk about right now, the critical factor. The critical factor is basically a barrier. What it does, it filters out the information before it gets into the subconscious mind. Now, use this example. I can tell you, let's say we're having a conversation, and I ask you what your favorite soda is. And you might say, oh, Pepsi. I love Pepsi. Now, I can plant that thought in your mind. I can say, no, you like Coke. And I want you to pretend with me for a couple of minutes that you like Coke. You like Coca-Cola. Your conscious mind can accept that for a little bit of time. But underneath in your subconscious mind, it's fighting that. Your subconscious mind is saying, no, I don't like Coke, I like Pepsi. Pepsi's the best one. So it's a fight. So the critical factor stops that information from entering into the subconscious. So if I tell you that Coke is the best, the critical factor actually stops that information into going into your subconscious and becoming a permanent, actual habit or thought in your mind. Hope that makes sense. Just about done. Now, from the critical mind, you can use willpower to suppress a habit. You can use it to suppress a habit in your subconscious. For instance, you can use willpower only, like I said, to quit smoking. And you can wake up one day and you can say, that's it, I'm not going to smoke anymore. You can take that cigarette and put it out and throw that pack of cigarettes away. But the thing is, willpower in the conscious mind only works for a certain period of time. And that's why most of the time when people are trying to quit smoking, it doesn't work for an extended period of time. All of a sudden the old habit starts to crawl back in, they start to get cranky, they start to fight it, and most of the time with just pure willpower, any habit that's in your subconscious mind, like smoking, like eating too much, whatever, is going to be very, very hard to break with just willpower. And then those habits return. Now with hypnosis, the conscious mind moves aside and the critical factor and the subconscious mind accepts the change, and seeds are planted in your subconscious, forming new thoughts and habits. Now hypnosis happens all the time. An example of when hypnosis happens all the time. You ever go to a movie, you're watching this movie and it's a very, very sad movie. Something happens and it starts to affect you emotionally. And you start to feel sad. Now your logical mind is sitting there saying, this isn't real. It knows it's not real. You're just watching a movie. But the critical factor moves aside, lets the emotions, remember, emotions don't come from our critical mind or conscious mind. It comes from our subconscious mind, and all of a sudden you start to cry over this movie. That's fake, with actors Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet on the ship of the Titanic, and it's a very, very sad scene, and you have the music happening and you start to cry. That's the subconscious mind and the emotions getting to you. So again, with hypnosis, the critical mind moves aside and the critical factor allows change, and seeds are planted in the subconscious, forming new thoughts and new habits. So I bring a client in, they want to quit smoking. We relax their mind, get past the critical factor, put thoughts into their subconscious that they're no longer a smoker, that they no longer enjoy smoking, and that's how that change takes place. All right. Last part that I want to talk to you about. First of all, don't forget the website, hypnosisinstituteofwisconsin.com or hypnosishelpswisconsin.com. My phone number, 920-585-7663, the paypal.me/magical Rondini. I'm going to be putting together a little brief video and giving you a taste of what hypnosis is all about. Now you're going to have to finish watching this video and going to that. But again, it's going to be a little video and explaining to you and actually hypnotizing you with hypnosis over the internet. Now this is a kind of different because it's a lot easier when I'm working with a client one-on-one, even if they're in my office or if we're doing something via Skype. It's a lot easier for me to actually be watching the person and seeing their reactions while I am hypnotizing them. A hypnosis session basically takes place in a couple of different parts. First of all, we have the interview, the talking to people and finding out what they want to accomplish, explaining what hypnosis is, giving them a much briefer explanation than what I just did here. That's the first part. The second part that we do with hypnosis is a progressive relaxation exercise. In order for the mind to become relaxed, you have to have the body relaxed. After that, we have the induction. The induction is the process that we use to help the people attain the state of hypnosis. An induction normally takes 2, 3, 5 minutes or so. Then once they're in the state of hypnosis, we do deepening exercises to keep getting them to go further and further relaxed in hypnosis. After that is where I like to consider it reprogramming. To go in and reprogram your computer. Well, we basically reprogram your mind. Put new thoughts into your mind after that critical factor has been moved aside, and now we can work with the subconscious and put thoughts into your mind while your mind is relaxed and open. That's why it's really easy to hypnotize high school kids, college kids. Their minds are very, very open and accepting to new thoughts. I've hypnotized thousands of people, everywhere from little kids, 8 years old, at county fairs and in my office. I've hypnotized a couple of little kids like that, all the way up to senior citizens. But the most important thing is the relaxation part. Then after we plant the thoughts in the mind, basically do the reprogramming, that's when we basically bring the people out of hypnosis and send them home. Now again, in the video that you're going to watch, it's going to be on a separate link, so you're going to have to click that. We're going to actually do an example for you of what hypnosis is all about. Remember, when you watch the video on actual hypnosis sessions, don't do this when you're at work. Don't do it when you're driving. Hypnosis should only be used when you're in a relaxed state, when you're home, sleeping in a quiet room where you're not going to get disturbed. So again, this is Ron from Hypnosis Institute of Wisconsin. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you learned a little bit about hypnosis. If you have more questions, there's 10,000 different places that you can go to do your own research on hypnosis and the critical factor and the subconscious mind and the conscious mind. But until we meet again, have yourself a magical day.